Today, I had just my national security class, which I attended along with my fellow students while I was preparing a sort of study guide for my African politics midterm today. I decided to start taking it at around, the plan was around 3:45 p.m., but I ended up actually starting it at 3:54 p.m. And I was supposed to only have an hour to actually take it. And I mostly followed it, though. Oddly enough, once again, my African politics test, it didn't automatically stop when I hit the 1 hour mark. Yeah, I pretty much closed everything down in preparation for the midterm for my African politics class. I've so far done minimal work on Dan Hamming, because I closed down this game at least a few hours prior to the start date of what I was going to take the midterm. I wanted to start it at roughly around 5 p.m. because I had heard that the quiz would close. The professor told me that the quiz would close at 6 p.m. and you need to have an hour to take it. But I had set it today at 5 p.m. So technically speaking, I went 6 minutes over the intended test time. So I technically had to start up, connect to Zoom for Senate today while I was still taking the midterm. Though by that point, I was pretty much finishing on the last question by that point. There were 15 short answer questions which require responses ranging from a single sentence to a few sentences or a short paragraph, as it's technically called. If I recall, today was the day I got this first fairies research completed. I'm currently working on this one so that I can build something ultimately. Though perhaps maybe I should work on this one, activate this one first, since it would pretty much guarantee that I'm able to complete this quest. And that may very well be what I do from here on out. I got 12 workshops, a whole bunch of manufactories, that I always keep on the Shore's production period. Has some good things to eat today. It's around 6:15 p.m. I would estimate, and it's still light out thanks to daylight saving time. This being something me and Dad commented on shortly before I started filming this. Basically, when he brought out the chicken with ketchup and mashed sweet potato. If I recall correctly, today's Senate ended up lasting roughly half an hour. During which I gave a stat report in which I talked about how proud I am for what the Brockport community has done to get through these difficult times, as well as to urge my fellow students to stay safe and protect the nest, essentially. Though I'm not sure if I specifically said protect the nest. I don't think I did, but the same message was there. And I talked about how I'm glad to be seeing in-person programs. Though at the time I specifically said activities. Why the more technical term is programs. And during that I talked about me attending a program in which at the Eagle Hall lobby, the attendants could get their own succulent. Putting dirt into a pot and removing the succulent from plastic cups filled with prearranged dirt. those succulents ran out within minutes. For the night Dan Harmon, I in particular did some work on that first scene involving Dan Harmon and Caesar's dad following the shooting and robbing by the trio. That scene needs to be brief for what I want to do to ultimately work. I got some more chicken.
You got enough to drink, right?
Yeah. I believe today was also the first time I forged a rune for one of these two dwarven ancient wonders. Specifically this one. I believe I might pick that one because it comes with a population boost and a goods production boost. And also it's a 3x8 building. Something I think that I can provide room for on here. Somehow, some way. Oh, that's a pretty good squad size upgrade, I think. And there's another squad size and city expansion upgrade, though not before I get this very portal site. By which I assume I'll be asked to get rid of the Dwarven portal in a side quest. It's already switched up to the fairy settlement resources. I believe I first noticed that in the morning when I had pretty much just started working on the study guide. I got a bit confused about the last few items on that review paper, so I resolved to download the week 7 study paper. And this is what I ended up creating. Based off of looking at all the different study papers through week 1, through initially week 6, but near the end I ended up incorporating week 7 too. I also saw today that Beyond released a significant product update. That includes an expansion on healthcare assets, as well as insurance, and the inclusion of big pharma assets into the video maker. Now, this is possibly a response to COVID, the ongoing COVID pandemic. Although that can't be 100% confirmed, but that does seem likely, and it seems to make sense. As of today, I'm currently done with the voice thread for the third exercise on page 448 for my intermediate Spanish 2 class, but not for my first talk abroad conversation. Something I'll resolve either tonight or tomorrow. On Bloons Tower Defense 6, they also started the new Easter collection event. Though, if I recall correctly, Easter is in April. It's currently around 8 p.m. And now I'm pretty sure it's gotten dark outside by this point. The ice cream is pretty good, though. If I recall, I had just successfully beaten the 4 quarters map in Bloons Tower Defense 6 on the impossible difficulty as part of my efforts in the Easter collection event.